We're here at the beautiful Beechmont Farms, which is just across the river from Beach Bend Raceway in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Over here, it's a small zoo with a couple horses. It's beautiful, it's nice and relaxing. Over there at the Dragstrip, it's a sweltering zoo with much bigger and meaner animals. They have elephants. They have whales. They have a big-ass rat. And they have one little itty-bitty mouse, which we all know can scare every elephant out of the place. They also have a nitro kitty. The goal this weekend is to see who's going to be the king or queen of the jungle. You got bad breath. What am I looking at? Okay.
I'm not hearing the thing grunt and go. It's rolling out.
Yeah. I mean, it throws you a bone just when you least expect it, right?
Yeah.
Should have been yours, Ralph.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, man.
All right, welcome to Dragstrip Rumble. This is Top Fuel Eliminator at the Holley Hot Rod Reunion. I'm Cole Coonce. This is Whit Bazemore. Between the two of us, we might know what we're talking about.
Hey.
Right?
I doubt it.
Okay, but I will tell you this. It is hotter than...
It's hot.
Well,
Dude, it's hot, and with these cars, they don't like a lot of heat. They don't like a lot of cold either. They don't like a lot of heat, and it's hot, the track is hot, and it makes it challenging.
So Jim Young is adapting to the heat, puts him at 579 with numbers that put him right in the mix, but his arch nemesis, MENDY Fry, currently number 2 in the points, lays down a number in the second session here of 568 at 235 miles an hour that moves her to the top of the class. What can you say about that entry, Whit?
Well, they're clearly the team to beat here, and I would say over the, even going back in the last year, they've been the team to beat. St. Thomas Large given MENDY a very consistent race car. It runs great, it's strong, it's pretty clean all the time. As it shows here, it doesn't hurt itself at all.
Hurting for certain would be Tyler Hilton and the big block Chevy entry.
Yeah, they're struggling. They've been struggling for the past year or so, and they're still struggling. And in a sense, you feel badly for them. But it's a very challenging sport. You can't ever quit. You just have to dig deeper and look at your problems and fix them.
Yes. So that brings us to Turbo Tim Cullinan and the Irish Car Bomb 426 powered entry. What about that name? What about that motor?
Well, the name is not a reference to an actual bomb used by the IRA, the Irish Republican Army. Even though this car does blow up on occasion, as it almost did right there.
Yes.
And the engine is a 426 Chrysler Hemi, the late model, one of the most famous engines in drag racing.
As compared to the 392 derivative utilized by Dusty Green, who was not only not running a late model, but was also late just getting to the track.
Yeah, and this is an early version of the 426 Hemi engine, and it's nicknamed the Whale, hence the Whale reference. And yeah, they were late getting to the track, and it puts you behind the 8 ball. It's a very tough sport to make an when everything goes right. When you're late to the track, for whatever reason, it makes it ever more challenging.
Yet they were able to put it in the show in this third session with a 589 at a slamming 242 miles an hour.
Good run.
Now, two that didn't make it, unfortunately, spoiler alert, Dave Miller and Tyler Hilton. Dave Miller appears to put up numbers that might have made it work, but we don't know what those numbers are because he left before the tree was activated.
And that's really interesting because that's a guy, Dave Miller, who's been up and down the racetrack a million times. That guy was racing a top fuel car at the very first U.S. Nationals I went to when I was 16 years old, 1979. He's been around a long time. He knows better than that.
Well, that misfire opened up the door for Julius Hughes and Jason Greenwood, two, to be honest, back markers who now have a chance to mix it up with the creme de la creme. You see
The
right
big
here.
boys.
Yes, you hear Julius Hughes with the pedal clutch, the soft leave, but ultimately ends up 8th and last. He'll take it.
He will take it. And being 8th last sometimes is okay because you did qualify. And
Yes.
I tell you what, there's no shame in that.
So that brings us to the Champion Speed Shop entry, who have been also in a world of hurt.
The big world of hurt. This is a championship caliber team, and this car, with the small block Chevy, is actually blowing the blower out. It's not blowing the blower off, but it's backfiring, blowing out the burst panel every single run. So it's actually running very well to that point. And if they could fix that problem and go to the finish line, the thing might pick up at least half a tenth, probably more, and they'd be very, very competitive. As it is, they qualified third, but you can see the damage to the engine. The burst panel is out of it, and it's hard to win a race against the Mendy Frys and the Jim Youngs when your car doesn't go to the finish line. They've got to get a handle on this, and I know Bob McClellan is scratching his head, and they all are, and they're going to get it. You can see the burst panel out of it there. It's a big problem, and it's doing it every single run. So there's something probably very simple that's wrong with that car, and it's obvious, but it's not obvious until it is obvious. And sometimes these things can go on and make you crazy, but they'll get it figured out.
Well, they'll have to figure it out against their Bay Area rival, Brendan Murray, with the 426 elephant-powered car out of San Jose. So they've got one shot to get it right. They face Brendan. Mindy's up against Julius Hughes. Dusty Green faces Tim Cullinan, and the other pair is the two cheeseheads, Jim Young and Jason Greenwood. And that is your pairings for the first round of Top Fuel Eliminator. Come back for more outrageous drag strip action from Bowling Green, Kentucky.